Welcome to partialarc.com. Don't do that.
You find yourself in a tavern.
Yo, we should have checked for traps.
I knew he forgot something.
I think I can reason with him.
You killed his father.
Can I have sex with it?
You could certainly try.
I'm gonna touch a sword.
Don't touch the sword!
The child is evil, right?
Obviously.
I could cast Fireball.
Always cast Fireball.
All right, roll for it. Welcome to Friday Night Quests. I'm your host and Dungeon Master, Jay Jones. This week we bring you part 9 of Season 19, and some very exciting news. We funded on Kickstarter! That's right, our board game Mortals Descent of the Gods is fully funded on Kickstarter. Thank you so much to everybody who spread the word, who backed us on Kickstarter. This is just... we are so excited. We've got crazy upcoming stretch goals that are coming up now, and actually you still have some time as of today. I think we're about 10 days out, so you still have some time to hop on there if you guys want to back us at that in-character thank you level. We'll get all those together at the end of the Kickstarter and record those and get those out in December. So if you want to hear a thank you from any of your core cast from Friday Night Quests, or a thank you from one of your favorite NPCs, just get on there and back us at that $5 level. Otherwise, again, we can't thank you enough for your support, for helping us and spreading the word. This has just been incredible. Anyways, without further ado, let's get to the game. Previously on Friday Night Quests, the Velvet League has managed to steal a soul from the center of Carceri, but now they hear a voice fill the air around them, as they seem to have drawn the attention of an unseen entity. So you have heard the booming voice echoing out across the void, rippling across the ship. A lot of the crew members are freaking out at this point. Plenty are getting to their stations. You see Captain Faraday has come up from below deck and is rushing to the essentially the wheel to get things going, and they're starting to raise the sails to move the ship at this point. Again, you hear another billow out from all around you. What are you doing here?
Don't talk back to it. Let's go, Faraday. As fast as we can. Back to the entrance.
So Faraday spins the wheel and the ship starts to turn and then heading back towards where they came from. Now, they're having a little bit of difficulty finding exactly where that exit is.
Oh, because we're so far away by now?
Because, Izzy, you used your direction to get towards. They've been charting the best they could in terms of where they came from, but right now where they're flying back towards, they still, even at this point, can't really see that point of light where you came from.
Quick question, Kelly.
What?
How long does that spell last?
I think it's 24
It was 24 hours.
Yeah.
So you actually still have it active. So why can't we follow the line the opposite direction?
We can.
Does it work like a line, like going from where you started tracking to where you are now, or is it just a line tracking
like
to?
From point A to B, but if we get to B and want to go back to A, that line is still there.
Oh, so that line just stays.
Yeah, I just can't take it from B to C.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, it's like drawing a
So we can technically follow
So
the
you
same
can follow
line
the line.
back.
Yeah, sure.
Yep,
So,
yep.
Izzy, I assume you give Captain Faraday the direction because only you can see it.
Yes.
Because I gotta say, we probably should have, if we didn't have that, we should have breadcrumbed something.
Well, no, we didn't because we have it.
Yeah, because we had the line.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So the ship whirls around, and with Izzy's direction, the ship starts to take off towards that point of light. But behind you, you start to notice, out from the center, just behind the ice prison as it ripples out, what look like stars. 1, 10, then 20, expanding in the darkness. It almost looks like you're in space at this point.
Like little pinpricks of light?
Yeah.
Are they all coming from a central, very bright star?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. All just seem to be rippling out across this, before, completely black darkness.
Are they all still behind us?
They're all still behind you. And I'd like each of you to roll perception for me.
Hey, Izzy.
Yeah.
Or actually, I'd like to ask Faraday, or just general knowledge. God, I got an 8 again. Just general knowledge of this ship. wind affects the ship, right? That's what powers it?
Yes, but it's being powered by the wind elemental
Got it.
that is pushing it. It's like the wind elemental is building up into the
sails.
sails and pushing it
But
forward.
let me ask you this: if we were in like a crazy storm, that would be more wind, and we thereby would be going faster.
Yes.
Izzy, can you make wind?
I am wind.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Well, then let's put some more wind in these sails. I'll ask Faraday. Faraday, can the ship handle more wind?
She's holding tight to the wheel. She says, "I'm willing to give it a try."
I can also summon another air elemental, so
That
like at
would
least
help.
I can be.
I got a perception of 24. How we...
Don't you have a spell that like controls wind?
I have like wind wall.
No, that one.
There's a control weather spell, but you probably don't have it prepared because we went
No, I
to a prison dimension.
And Izzy, while you're standing there working with Faraday to come up with a plan on how to add more wind to these sails, Sweeney, you're drawn to the back of the ship as you're looking into these stars. And you see the stars a little bit more clearly now. You've been taking the time to look into them maybe for too long, but the stars themselves, it's not just because you're squinting and you can see them better. They seem as if they're getting closer to you. All of them. And
Sweeney, don't look at that. Remember what happened to the guy downstairs.
the more you look at the stars, you're thinking to yourself, well, those aren't stars. Those are eyes.
Yeah.
Are they getting closer?
Those are ice.
No, they're...
They're ice.
That's no moon. Wait, are they getting closer? Are the eyeballs getting bigger?
Yes. They are getting closer and closer. And
Where am I on the boat, right? Or
you're at the back of the ship, standing with Faraday, and Sweeney is kind of right up against the very back of the ship at the edge of the railing.
Honestly, all we need is like some powdered pepper.
just
and
like
we're
a
good.
really long stick. Just poke.
a long stick that we powder some pepper on.
Or lemon. Poke, poke, poke.
Prepare the lemon!
Prepare the lemons!
Get the lemon.
I'm going to call out off the back of the ship. Do you remember a prisoner named Vecht?
Don't talk to it!
Oh, why are we talking to the eyeball?
Sweeney, don't talk to it!
No, we're engaging now.
Yes, I know Vecht.
You think this is the
I think
warden?
it is the warden, yeah. Definitely.
We can get him back.
Oh, you're making a deal!
Oh.
Yeah. What do you think I was doing? Just shooting the
Being
ship?
a weirdo.
No.
And you hear a great laugh from the darkness behind your ship.
He likes your joke.
You think I let Vecht leave this place?
Not anymore now that you said
Wait,
it like that.
you think I let Vecht leave this place?
Oh,
No,
so
we
Vecht is
don't.
still
We think
here?
he escaped.
Wait.
Is Vex
Yeah.
still here?
No one escapes Carceri unless I allow them to.
Are you sure?
So then, hang on. Then I do think you let him leave. I'm confused. Now I'm confused. Did you let him leave?
Did you give him permission to leave? Ask him if you gave him permission.
Yes, I permitted Vecht to leave this place.
How much gold we got? We'll pay you.
Is that what he's just like saying to cover his pride?
Hey, how come though? How come you did that though?
He's helping me.
Ooh, that's an answer I really hoped I
You
wouldn't
really think
hear.
he's helping you, eyeballs? Really? You really think he's helping you?
Well, I've noticed the bonds of every layer has weakened.
And yet you're still here, just stuck in this. I mean, we
for much longer.
It's your prison.
there's a
You hear
prison.
the ripple billow out across the entire void.
What are we doing in his prison?
You know, I think it's kind of a statement that all wardens are kind of prisoners of their own prison.
I think this one especially. though.
Outside of game.
Just having a very thoughtful moment
It's
on the
just weird
ship.
that there's a prison within his prison.
Yeah, but, you know, it's like
No.
I don't want to call it VIP. The hole. You know, solitary.
Well,
That tower is technically in his prison.
no. Every jailer that we've encountered or that we've heard about are prisoners here too.
Yeah. That's true. Totals. I mean, let's put it this way. From what I know about demons, and I know a lot.
Do you really? Let's roll.
Yeah, let's roll for that knowledge
Do you
on
really,
demons.
Horace? Elaborate.
What'd you get?
16.
You know a decent amount of demons.
But I'm going to say that I know a lot more.
From the
Sure.
ABC
Perfect.
demon book I
Perfect.
gave you for Bahamut.
Is that no demon wants to be in hell. They're all prisoners. They're just like, it's like when you get shit on, you want to shit on somebody. That's what I learned from my dad when we would talk about his sex parties.
I had each of you roll for knowledge on Carceri when you got here, right?
I think we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not hell. It's just a lower plane that's also every prison.
Yeah. But I mean, hell is other people, so you can assume that we're
True.
all, it's all hell.
Everything could be. Yep. It's subjective. Hell is subjective.
Yeah.
Also,
Hell's a state of
question:
mind.
does the eyeballs? Do they have eyelashes and lids?
Very important question.
It is.
They don't appear
You
to.
know what
They
I-
don't appear to have eyelashes, but when they appeared, it looked as if a black curtain pulled from the left to the right, not from the top to the bottom.
Do they have eyeliner?
So they have lids.
Lids,
They have
probably.
lids.
Okay. Do they have eyeliner?
We would only know if it has eyeliner if we also have like a space to which to compare the eyeballs against.
That's true.
We know they do not have electric eyeliner.
Yeah.
So, wind, maybe more of that?
Yeah, can we get more wind?
Yes, I can conjure an air elemental.
I'm going to slap a couple crews backs.
Okay.
In addition to saying, man the sails, because shit's going to get a little rough.
So as you say this, a few of the other crew members are grabbing more like sailcloth and are just tying it up to different points and posts onto the ship.
Do I know anything about sailing?
You can roll.
Yeah. What's my...
I would say roll for just history.
Oh, really? Okay.
Maybe you took a class on sailing.
I feel like we should.
Oh, I have a high history. 16 again.
You know a good amount. You know enough to get around on the
So
deck.
I can grab a rope and hold fast to help out.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's what I'll do.
Perfect.
Yeah. So that we don't lose a sail.
I'm going to go ahead and cast Maze at the warden at the eyes.
Okay.
Just its eyes.
Well, that's all I can technically
Yeah.
see, but I can see the
I like
creature.
it.
Do you have any wind?
No, I don't. I mean, a cone of cold, but I think that would do more harm
Yeah,
than
that would
good.
freeze our sails.
I was thinking about it, and I don't
Yeah.
see a version of that I love. Yeah, I'm gonna cast Maze.
So you cast Maze. I'd like you to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Neat.
Please roll high.
Oh shit.
Nope, in the box. Please make it.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
13.
You cast Maze out, and you feel something wrong happen when you do it. You feel the spell leave you, and then for a moment, sudden cold rips around your body, and you are whipped out of existence and drop into your own maze.
Uh-oh.
What?
Huh.
I hope that maze moves with
Where
the
did
ship.
Sweeney just go?
I'm gonna go ahead and end concentration on Maze right now.
So you end concentration on Maze, and you drop out of back onto the spot where you were on the ship.
Well, that didn't work.
What the hell just happened?
He's masturbating with his spells.
Can you teleport now? That's so cool.
I can already teleport, but that's not what that was. I'm gonna not try that again for a minute.
Oh, God.
As you've dropped back out, you hear another deep laugh ripple out from the void. Primus tried that on me once. It didn't take.
The band? Primus.
Primus.
Yeah, the band.
Yeah.
The great bard
Have
band.
we heard about Primus? Is that a name we
he's
should
the
know?
god who made the Modrons and accidentally made the Slotty.
Oh!
Oh.
I know him as Primus.
I know him as Paul.
Perfectly timed. In fact, you guys were so in tune, you get plus 100 health.
Good, back to full health.
I know.
It is said.
Well, I'm obviously not going to cast Disintegrate on him.
Please don't.
Please don't.
Because you may hit the boat.
Yeah.
Oh, the boat, right. Except
Yeah.
not him just like exploding.
Turning
Yeah, I
to
mean,
dust.
listen,
That
that's
might-
his fault.
Hey, that's the 3,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, how are we doing on the wind thing? Are we doing the air elemental plan? Do we like
I'm
it?
ready to go right now. I don't know what you all are waiting
So an
for.
air
You-
elemental can help, right?
Waiting for you
Okay.
to do it.
Go.
I did it. It's happening.
So you've made an air elemental.
yeah.
Okay, and then what are you
His
telling
name
it to
is
do?
Kyle.
So Kyle, the air elemental, is
Yeah.
going to start spinning its arms and blowing the wind into the sails?
Yeah.
Okay. So the sails do inflate even further, and the ship, you feel it lurch farther forward, rapiding towards now. This point of light in the distance is starting to get wider and wider. And you hear a bellow, a unearthly bellow come out from behind you, and you see the eyes start to ratchet up in pace as well, getting closer and closer to the back of the ship.
You know what? I'm going to hand off my rope to the fattest, most muscly sailor I can see.
Thanks, Captain.
Who then properly just ties it down.
Yeah, I guess you're not supposed to hold these.
Yeah.
And he just takes it and fastens it to the boat.
Thanks.
I'm gonna run to the back of the ship and pull my longbow out.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And am I close enough to fire off an arrow?
Ooh, I would not to hit one of these eyes.
Tell you what, then can I knock an arrow, pull the string back, and hold and ready for in case one of the eyes comes in range?
You can, definitely.
Okay, that's what I'll do.
Okay.
Let me see if I have any special arrows. I don't.
No, we generally haven't been worrying
And
about
to give
arming
you guys
with
an idea of this space and like what you're seeing in front of you in terms of the eyes, I want you to imagine you are laying on the ground, your back's on the grass, and you're staring up into the sky. And across all of your peripheral, you just see just dozens of these white lights and eyes and stars encompassing the entirety of your view.
Oh, so not dozens, like hundreds.
This is hundreds of
or maybe
these
even
things.
thousands.
Like, it just
Stop
descending
the boat. Let's fight.
descending
Stop the
on
boat.
all of you.
Definitely not doing that.
Like, this thing is beyond size that you can truly comprehend. Every time you look up to see where they end, you lose sight of others beneath you. So
Got it. Well, you know, my arrows should make a difference. My arrows should be all we need.
Hey, one rock took down Goliath. So,
That's right.
You know?
That's right. In the
It could.
ancient dungeon Bible.
Yeah. Yeah. Goliath, that guy that lived down the
he
corner.
lived at the bottom of that
Yeah.
ancient
Yeah.
dungeon.
And he was an iron golem.
Yeah.
He wasn't
Great
a
at
Goliath.
parties.
Yeah.
Goliath is a playable race. He wasn't a Goliath.
I know. Funny enough.
No, his name was just Goliath. He was
Yeah.
just this really big guy that lived on the corner and enjoyed making shoes.
And weirdly enough, David was a clay golem. Threw a piece of himself.
And just like really cheap. Just so cheap.
Yeah, he was super cheap.
So cheap.
He wouldn't buy anybody dinner.
Yeah.
I heard he had a secret chord. Must have been a bard.
Yeah, he might have been. Oh my gosh, yeah.
Kyle,
Man,
make
ancient
us go
tales
faster.
were weird. Anyways,
Kyle, make us go faster, faster.
so Kyle is whipping his arms faster and faster against the sails. The sails are like almost at to the point where they are breaking. But you do feel like you're reaching pretty close now to the exit. You see that light start to widen, and you do start to see above you the obsidian stone walls reaching up and the waves at the top, the acidic waves of the 5th level.
Oh, this is going to be a hard turn, guys.
Oh, because we're going to have to go upward.
Yeah.
That's okay. You know what? What's nice is we're going to narrow down our field of battle, which I learned from a book.
Hopefully he can't get out.
Well, no, because it's his prison. So
Yeah.
we just got to get out of this prison, and
We just
then
gotta-
he's the sucker stuck in it.
We can't close that door that we opened, can we?
That key has been closed
Oh,
when
right.
the doors
Right.
opened.
God, it's like a one-use key.
Wait, are you
That's-
sure you can't
No,
just pull
it
it out?
opened around the key, and like I think we have the key, right?
No, it's
No,
sucked
it,
in
like,
the key.
sucked
Oh, we
into
took the
the
key
door.
too? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah.
I
I know that every time I build a door, I go, this thing's only opening once, people.
there are 4 other keys.
That's, yeah, I'm just saying.
My hope is he's way too big to fit out.
From what you guys are seeing right
that
now,
makes me so
it doesn't
nervous.
look like he would be able to fit based on the width of the eyes. But by the way,
I have
you
a-
haven't truly seen what this thing looks
Oh,
like yet.
right. I see. I was assuming the eyes were free-floating, but they could be attached to something.
I sort of figured they were.
I
figured
was
they
like,
were,
oh,
too.
cool, little eyes flying toward us. But now I realize, oh no, it's a big thing with eyes.
Yeah, it's a man or it's a creature with a sea
So,
of eyes.
I'm gonna
yeah.
unnock my arrow. Be like, that's probably not gonna.
I like that this all realization came to you. Wait a second. Maybe if it's not just 1,000 little eyes, what if it's just one big thing?
I had this like cartoon thought of a little cartoon Horace shooting cartoon eyes
I have a question.
That
still
sounds
like it.
really
with little
sweet.
wings.
Is the door stone?
The door is stone.
Oh, that's an idea face.
Yeah.
I can go
Kelly
into
has
it.
an idea face right now.
I can go into the stone and just yank the key out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, and it might close.
I can meld into stone.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Do it.
Nothing to lose.
Nothing to do.
Go
Except
for it.
Kelly's life, but
Except
Well-
my. Well, I
well,
just
no,
stick my
Izzy's
arm
life.
in
that's.
it.
Well, no, we're gonna kill Kelly.
Oh,
when Izzy
dear.
dies.
Oh, I knew this would come.
Let me see if we can... Hey, why would I think about casting a spell on this thing? I know that's a bad idea. Never mind, all good.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Only defensive, if you have anything defensive.
I can cast shield on myself.
Perfect. But you can do that reactively, right?
Yeah, I'm actually going to cast fire shield on myself, because whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Shit.
Just reading all about this. Hold on.
Against fire damage.
Okay.
Not cold damage.
Are we underneath the hole now?
Against
you're underneath
damage.
the hole. So at this point,
Okay.
you guys are now just about to enter into the obsidian pathway that takes you up to the next layer, Carceri.
I'll motion to Faraday. Get us as close to the stone door as you can.
So Faraday spins the wheel on the ship, and the ship kind of spins upwards as now you're starting to hit like regular, what feels like regular gravity again, because before there wasn't in this void.
Right.
So it starts to shuffle some of the people on the deck, but you come up right up next to one of the stone walls, right at the entrance of this.
Go, Izzy.
This
Great.
layer.
Also, just to note, the fire shield is against cold.
Okay.
That's my goal.
Great. I'm going to cast Meld into Stone, which is a 3rd level transmutation.
Yeah.
Okay. So you meld into this wall. You're turning into stone.
No, I don't turn into stone. I just walk into it like Kitty Pryde.
Oh.
Yeah, you step into a stone object or surface large enough to fully contain your body. This one definitely
Or not.
Melding yourself and all equipment you carry with the stone for the duration. Using your movement, you step into the stone at a point you can touch. Nothing of your presence remains visible or otherwise detectable by non-magical senses. While merged with the stone, you can't see what occurs outside of it, and any perception checks you make to hear sounds outside of it are made with disadvantage. You remain aware of the passage of time and can cast spells on yourself while submerged in the stone.
Wow.
You can use your movement to leave the stone where you entered it, which ends the spell. You otherwise can't move. So she can be there for as long as 8 hours, or until she leaves.
And you're going to try to grab the key from in there?
Yep.
Okay. So you've melded with this stone, and as you've melded with it, you do feel like this is unlike any... I'm sure at some point testing out this spell, you have melded with stones and things around the Kemp estates. This does not feel like any stone you've ever been a part of. This feels constructed in almost entirely magically made. But you're reaching into the stone, and you do find the key. And you pull it out, I assume?
Mm-hmm, yep.
So you pull it out, and then you all hear a large locking sound. And you hear stone shuffling beneath you, and you see the giant obsidian stone door starting to close. Izzy, I assume you make your way out of the stone wall?
Yes.
So you hop out of the stone wall with the key back onto the boat, and you hear a roar beneath all of you from where the eyes are just even rapidly approaching even faster. The sound rips out from under the boat and up into the layers, and you hear it echo out at almost every layer. You hear, "Do not let them leave."
Oh, fuck.
So you see the stone door start to close, and as it is, you see these eyes get closer and closer, and the light coming down, pouring down from the 5th layer, you can start to see this thing. It takes you a few moments because your mind can't really fully process what you're seeing. You're seeing teeth, maws, many, many maws of teeth and reaching claws and arms. This is something of an impossibility, a monster you've never seen or could truly comprehend, with eyes as endless as waves in the sea, reaching out for you. I'd like each of you to take a wisdom saving throw for me. Izzy?
Oh, 1.
Horace?
21.
I go insane.
Sweeney?
22.
Here's the thing is that I always feel this way about everything I see. So I kind of like defense a bit against it a little bit.
So Izzy,
I got a spoiler alert from Jacob.
for right now, you are frightened. So that means you have to run in the opposite direction of this thing. You can take another wisdom save in a minute, but for right now, you're frightened, which means you're at disadvantage.
If I see Izzy trying to jump over the side of the boat, because I see this happen,
Well-
I'm gonna try to grab her in case she's gonna try to.
She doesn't have to.
Of the boat.
She doesn't
I'm
have
running to the front of the boat now.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
like,
Yeah,
I'm like,
she doesn't have to.
Bye.
She just can't move closer, willingly closer to the source of her fear,
Got it,
which
got
hopefully
it.
you guys aren't going to be.
Okay, got it.
And you can essentially, you have disadvantage on ability checks
Okay.
until you roll again and pass. But you are frightened for right now. The doors, you see this thing coming closer and closer, the doors shut. And then just as that happens, you hear a loud boom, like it's hit the wall. And you see essentially the stone of this door start to crack as soon as this huge thing hit the edge of it. Looking around now at the door itself and looking at the edges, you see that not only is this just nice carved obsidian stone, but as it cracks, you can start to see the shine a little bit differently, and you see almost sigils etched in every different layer. What's interesting is you see some of these sigils almost look burnt out. There are 4 layers of sigils around, and you see 3 of the 4 look to be burned out, and there seems to be one last sigil between all of them that seems to almost be flickering as this weight is being put against the door. What do you guys do?
Hold up, little sigil.
I'm sure it'll all be fine. Fucking let's get out of here. Let's get out of here.
Book it up the cylinder.
So Faraday spins the wheel, Kyle is pushing against the sails, and you start shooting up into the 5th layer of Carceri. As you break out of the waves, you start to angle yourselves following that same tracking line that Izzy had up towards the next layer. As you're shooting up, though, you see tentacles reaching out of the acidic ocean beneath you. You see on these tentacles, you can see that the acidy water has been burning away at its tentacles, but it still seems pretty dangerous. And you see about a dozen of these reaching out at you, and a giant maw comes out of the water. This thing is of gargantuan size. I'd like each of you to roll a nature check.
20.
21.
Yeah, so with those equal rolls, you guys rolled pretty well. You're probably confirming with each other, but you know that this is a kraken.
We all say it at the same time.
Kraken! Couple crew members clap.
How close is the nearest point of the kraken to us?
It's probably within, at this point, as its tentacles are reaching up, about 60 feet away.
Okay. Let's do something about that, shall we?
Like run away? Like run away real fast?
Are you still afraid?
I just want to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I don't think
shook,
whether she's
Horace.
whether she's quote afraid or not. I think we should leave.
Just shook.
I would like to, as we're leaving, because I think we should very much be leaving. I agree with that. I am going to cast Disintegrate at it.
Okay.
If it's within 60 feet, which it seems to be.
Let's hope it doesn't have mirror spell.
Yeah, go ahead and
It's a squid. It shouldn't.
I agree. I agree with Izzy on that one.
Unless it's a vein squid, and then it would.
Go ahead and roll a dexterity saving throw.
Sure.
I hope it fails.
Got a 3.
Ha-ha.
So it failed.
Suck it. Centipede.
Cool.
One thing it's not good at is definitely not dexterity.
Cephalopod.
Now, Sweeney, what type of damage is this?
Force.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't want to do prismatic spray because A, that would be my 9th level spell slot at this point, and B, because I might do acid damage, which would not be so helpful. Cool. 6 of those were 1s.
That sucks.
It's something, you know.
It is something. So that's 6, 10, 23 plus 40. So that is 63 points of damage.
63? Mm-hmm. Okay. So your disintegrate beam fires out at the kraken.
And I say, Annihilus.
And as you do, the closest tentacles, the beam rips through and chops off a few of the tentacles as they spiral down into the acidic water below. The kraken billows out in pain, and a few of those tentacles just narrowly miss as the boat winds away up to the next layer towards Carceri. As it's hitting down into the ocean, it screams and it casts Lightning Storm with its legendary action.
Oh no!
It creates 3 bolts of lightning, each of which can strike the target. The Kraken can see. 1 is going to go for you, Sweeney, so I need a DC dexterity saving throw. And the other 2 are going to slam into the boat.
Uh-oh.
Well, I probably rolled about as well as the boat would, because that is a total of 7.
Slam into the boat is my new party catchphrase.
The boat did not do well. So, so Sweeney, you're going to take 22 lightning damage.
Okay.
And the boat is going to take 44 damage, which I am tracking. How much health it can
I am
take.
at 99 hit points.
So 1 bolt slams into you, Sweeney, as this cloud of lightning appears above you. And the boat flies through it to get to the next layer, and lightning racks against the hull of the ship, cracking and burning away some of the edges. And you hear essentially something go in the hull of the ship, and you hear a metal piece break, and you see Kyle like now pushing his full force on the sail, and you see the ship itself start to slow down as you're going up to the next layer.
Shit, I'll run down there and tend to Nico and his stuff.
Yeah.
So you go down into the hull of the ship, and you see one of the like metal pieces has broken off of one of these central pieces that Nico's spinning around in. His gyro, the ball that he's in, is not spinning around as well. It seems to be a little bit lopsided. So you feel the ship slowing down a lot to the point where it might fully slow down.
Yeah, sounds that way. What would be involved in repairing this?
Mend.
That's a great spell I don't have.
Do you have mend?
Nope.
No, neither of us have mending.
What do I look like, a tinker?
Yeah, is it like a deck, like an intelligence thing to fix this?
It would be something that I would have you guys have to make a sort of, if you didn't have like a spell that would be able to compensate,
Nope.
you could do it, you could work together as like teamwork. So it's a pretty big metal piece. If one of you wanted to lift it and hold it,
Oh, do you guys need me to come down?
Yeah, I need you. Izzy, can
Okay.
you stay on the deck and slow people down as more monsters are coming?
Yes.
Because I think you've got more untapped spells than I do.
Yes.
Okay.
So you need me to make
Yeah.
a strength check?
Yeah.
All right. Here comes the strength. 24.
oh yeah, that's enough. So you get under the big metal beam that broke off, and you raise it up to the top one. Sweeney or Izzy, you guys could use a spell to kind of meld these together as if heating up the metal to bind it to one.
Yeah. How about?
Fireball.
Yeah.
Always use fire.
Always use fireball.
Wouldn't recommend that in the hull of a ship.
I have Firebolt or I have Prestidigitation. I think Prestidigitation, the heat from that is going to be a little more controlled, but is Firebolt going to be more?
I would say you'd have to use Firebolt,
Okay.
because Prestidigitation, you can't like superheat metal with
That's like
Prestidigitation.
holding up a candle to like an iron
Yeah, that's what I
pipe.
figured.
Yeah, this'll work.
Prestidigitation, I got a 18 to hit.
With Prestidigitation,
mean
you mean
fi-
Firebolt.
fire-
I did mean Firebolt when I said
Yeah,
that.
so it's essentially Horace. You're holding the metal up, Sweeney. You go up and superheat it, and it latches it together.
Ooh.
You see the shakiness of the gyro steady, and the ball begins to spin fully again. And the ship course
I don't
corrects and makes its way back up now to the fourth layer. As soon as you arrive, the lightning that the boat just experienced doesn't lessen, because now you're in the fourth layer with jagged rocky mountains everywhere and lightning and wind cracking against the hull of the ship.
Oh.
You see winds and tornadoes starting to whip up more and more, and Kyle is even having a difficult time kind of keeping his place and pushing against the sail. You see off in the distance a storm cloud swirling towards you. You see a whirling, looks like almost a tornado whipping around the body of something.
You know, in Tailspin,
Yeah.
season finale,
Yeah.
they attach tires to their plane to make it
Insulated?
withstand lightning. Yeah, insulated is the right word, but I like withstand lightning. So
Wish
do
you
we
could
have
all see my face right now?
do we have conjure rubber?
Look. This is
It's not really a thing.
look.
Like, does rubber exist is a great follow-up
good call.
question.
Good call. Yeah.
We do have cannons.
Oh yeah, let's
Oh.
fire a cannon.
Yeah, let's
at
throw
the
those off the
storm.
boat. They're probably weighing us
You guys
down.
do have a 10-gun ship.
Let's get
Yeah.
rid of half of them.
Do I
That's not a bad
understand?
point,
Do I
actually.
understand
The
a
lighter
cannon?
we get the ship, the faster it'll go.
Yeah.
Let's throw crew members off too. Maybe
Let's start
that'll
with
ease it out.
cannons. Let's
What?
start with cannons.
What?
Hang on.
Wait, we want to throw the cannons off?
They're weighing
Hang
us
on.
down.
I am going to cast Animate Objects.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's gonna be like Beauty and the Beast.
And I want these cannons to lift up and fire as we lose them. I want to do multiple birds with multiple stones here.
Okay.
Like a wall.
I guess just the one stone.
Do you really think cannons are going to help us with a storm?
Hey, great question.
All right.
Maybe Kyle can fight it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think if anything, firing just big metal things towards this thing to draw the
Sure.
lightning maybe helps.
All right.
Ooh, well, maybe we'll need the cannons in the next layers.
I don't want to throw all of them. I actually can't do this to all of them.
Oh, okay.
I can do.
I feel like we're better off throwing Izzy's mom's crystal into the storm.
What if that's the reason why all this is happening?
Oh, because we have the crystal with us?
Yeah.
God damn it, cursed
It's
crystal.
like a cursed crystal.
I was going to say, if you just believed in the crystal,
Yeah.
you'd be fine.
How large are the cannons in terms of like size categories?
They, in terms of size, what are the three three sizes again?
Tiny-
Oh, sorry. There are multiple sizes.
Tiny, small,
Yeah, they would
medium-
definitely be medium. They're not large.
Okay,
Because
cool.
they're about the size of a person.
Yeah.
I could lift 8. No, that's not how math works at all. I could lift 5.
That's half.
That's half, and that
Yeah.
should slow us, or that should speed us up a little bit. I'm going to make 5 of them levitate. I'm going to command the crew to cut the ropes on those, 'cause I'm sure they're tied down.
No, we were
No.
really dumb about it.
Yeah, we were.
They're
use
sliding
the-
all over the deck.
We use the rope to make macrame like wall hangings.
Little known fact, loose cannon is a sailing term. So whenever a chief of police goes, "You're a loose cannon, Rodney."
It's because the cannon slide.
Yeah,
that makes a lot of sense.
Slide
Super
around the
dangerous.
ship and it's
Yeah. 'Cause it
dangerous.
can kill
and
you,
You gotta
yeah.
tie that shit down.
Well, now they're flying cannons.
Oh.
Better than regular cannons.
You're a flying cannon, Rodney.
2.5 points better.
Yeah.
I'm going to command them to levitate.
They have personalities too, don't they?
I've never asked.
I'm an offensive stereotype. I'm also an offensive stereotype.
Oh dear.
Wow.
It's like that, Who Framed Roger Rabbit movie when anything
Yeah.
animates.
Oh, that's right. Oh, you're talking about the bullets?
Yeah.
Yeah, because one's a cowboy and one's like an Apache.
Oh.
That is a problematic moment.
You know what? No, it makes sense because bullets are offensive.
Oh.
That's really good.
Wow.
You've changed my entire perspective.
Think about it.
They each have a +5 to hits. I'm going by their animated stats.
What are they firing at?
The thing that's coming at us in the clouds.
In the tornado?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh shit! It's a tornado.
Around a thing.
Oh.
You can barely see the shadow
Oh.
inside, but you see when you're looking inside the tornado,
Yeah.
it looks like there is a large humanoid figure in
Oh
it.
my god.
Does 14 hit?
What could that be?
Now it makes total sense that we're firing a cannon into it. At first
Yeah.
I just thought it was air.
Oh, wow. Yes, actually, 14 does hit.
Does 13 hit?
13 does hit.
Okay. None of the others would have hit, I don't think, unless he had an AC of 9. So,
So how much damage? Wait, sorry. No, not an AC of 9.
yeah. So that is. Unless you have stats for the cannons, I'm just going to use the animated objects.
Well, wait. When you fire a cannonball, that might be a lot more damage than an
That's why I'm
animated
asking.
object.
Yeah. What would you call the damage?
I would say it does 20 bludgeoning damage
Per?
per cannonball.
Nice.
40 bludgeoning damage.
It's a
Yeah.
giant cannonball.
That's what it's designed to do. That.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice bludge.
Great. That is
40.
Wow,
Yeah.
Superior bludge, bro.
So you
All blood, no boom. Yeah.
Azarath Metreon Zinthos. And then
Oh
there's-
god.
Is that Horace's reaction? Oh,
Yeah,
jeez.
that's Horace's
He's saying magic
reaction.
stuff again.
Yeah.
And for a slight second, Horace did think, maybe I'll just kick him over the boat.
Yeah, I was like, God, his butt's right there. I could kick it so hard.
You see
know.
the two cannonballs fire off into the tornado and meet their target. You see the tornado start to slow for a second, and in the storm, you see what is now, it looks like a huge humanoid-like figure with blue eyes and crackling lightning about its body, and almost blue or purple skin. Just then, you hear
He's a merman.
a booming voice coming out, and a thunderbolt rips out using its legendary action
Oh god.
to
Yeah.
shoot at the hull of the ship. It's going to make a dexterity saving throw.
God, would love if I could do anything
Shoot at
about
me, you
this.
coward!
Sorry.
know.
It does not. It deals another 22 damage.
Uh-oh.
So the ship itself has taken 66 damage. It looks like it has done a pretty sizable bit of damage to the side. A few of the crew people are hanging off the side by rope. People are freaking out. And you see this thing start to get closer to the ship.
I
It is
assume
probably
they've been-
about one round away from getting onto the ship.
I assume the crew's been freaking out the whole time.
Yes.
That's my assumption.
Yes. But more so, they've been freaking out by the territory.
Dude, I'm at an 11 now.
but now things are coming at the ship.
All right.
How large is the ship size category?
It's a 3-mast ship, 10 guns.
That's
It's big.
large or huge? No, not large. Huge or gargantuan?
It would be gargantuan.
Yeah, cool.
That's as high up as the D&D scale goes.
Yes, gargantuan is as big as it goes, but huge is like 16 feet or like
Yeah.
18 feet,
Yeah.
and this is not an 18
No,
foot long
no, it'd
ship.
be longer than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's what-
gargantuan encompasses
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of.
I was
anything
just
greater. Although I think there are some
lamenting
things
that
that are
there's-
like Titanic or something like that. I think there is one above it.
I
I
mean,
don't think so.
here's the thing. That is the answer I expected, just not the answer I hoped.
Oh, because why? You could have teleported all of us?
No. I have a contingency plan. Maybe. We should get Jacob out of that brig.
Oh, and throw him at the monster?
No, we need to get everyone on the deck, as many people as we can potentially save.
All right, I'll go down and get Jacob.
Okay, so you run down the whole of the ship.
And if he acts the fool, I will punch him.
Okay.
In the face.
So you go down to the brig, which is where you guys took him last.
Sure.
It looks like Faraday had kind of bandaged him up. It looks like he looked pretty messed up.
Okay.
It looks like he has calmed down a bit. He's not completely zoned out.
Yeah.
But he's a little more conscious than he was before. Commander, what's going on?
What is two thumbs and I'll punch you in the face if you don't do what I say?
You tell him.
You?
Oh, wow, I didn't know the answer to that. I think you're right. Let's go, Jacob.
All right, and he gets up and follows you.
Okay.
In fact, I'd like you to, when doing this, make a, I think it would just be a straight charisma check. What is the result of your charisma check?
17.
17? All right, that's enough to essentially you're rallying him, right? He's been pretty shaken. So he follows you up to the top deck. He's immediately surprised to see what's going on.
Yeah.
At this point, rain is now essentially descended upon the ship, as well as lightning, cracks, and wind. There are still a few of the people hanging off the side of the ship. Do any of you go up to help them, to pull them up?
Nope. Sure, I'll help. I'll pull. Yeah, Izzy's got nails.
Izzy, what are you doing?
I've just wrapped my little body and I'm hugging the center mast.
Oh.
She's probably the smartest of us.
I'm just holding fast.
I'll pull some ropes.
Okay, so you pull some of the crew back up onto the ship. The boat is still now making its way for the next layer. Just as it's about to clear the cloud cover, you see the tornado is only basically one round away from reaching the ship.
I would like the cannons just to dive at the creature and try to bludgeon it.
The cannons themselves?
With their body.
Yeah, because they, I assume, don't have an auto reload.
They do
That's not how cannons work. Yeah, I guess it's still the same to hit, and then it's suggested for medium things that it's 2d6 plus 1 damage.
Okay.
I'm assuming that's
still fine.
sounds good. Okay. Oh, that's major cocked. All right, so 8, I bet. No, 7 is not going to hit. Natural 1's not going to hit. Hey, there we go. 17 plus 5. 16 plus 5.
There we go.
5 plus 5. 10.
10's not going to hit. The other two will.
Okay, so once again, 2 make contact. That is 9 damage on the first.
Get him in the groin.
10 damage on the second. So a total of 19 damage.
19 damage, okay.
And I guess I technically still control those cannons, but probably they're not going to catch up with us.
Oh.
I don't really foresee that being my concern.
Right. Are they flying? I thought we threw them over the side.
They're sort of flying towards it.
Oh, did we decide animated objects can fly?
Yes, yeah, they can. If they don't have like a way to walk.
Got it.
So the cannons fly off the side of the ship and hit this thing, and now it's pretty clear what this thing looks like as the tornado starts to encompass the ship around you, essentially bringing this thing to the ship. It lands on the top of the hull with a thud, and the wood starts to crack beneath the weight of it. The crew have let go of their positions and fallen back, staring up at this thing. It is huge in size, and you see almost like royal cloth around her body and a hood covering over her head and blue piercing lightning eyes, and she speaks to all of you. None of you will leave. And she reaches out her right hand.
Do you know someone named Lady Mina?
What? Oh. You see, now her right hand, it was kind of in a half motion, you see a lightning sword filling her right hand, staring down at you. Sweeney, is this what you said, like you just kind of shuffled out in front of her?
Are you Nevane?
How do you know my name?
Lady Mina has been running in your absence, running your castle.
Wait, what? How have you been to my castle?
The Fomorians built some sort of monster in the Feywild. They were abducting children from the material world.
Oh yeah, that adventure.
In your absence, your house has gone astray. Stick with us and we can get you back to them.
You know how to get out of Carceri?
Just come with us and we can get you there.
And you can get me back to the Feywild.
I can.
I need you to make a diplomacy check. Oh yeah, persuasion check.
Yeah. 11.
Oh.
She's gonna need a little more convincing than that. She leans down at you, Sweeney, a lightning sword in hand coming up to your throat. I don't know if I trust you, little half-elf.
I have that ring, that signet ring that shows that I'm royalty.
Yes.
I'm royalty. I'm royalty.
So what?
So let's talk.
I love that we're going back to like levels 1 through 4, like diplomacy.
While this is happening, the ship is
Great.
starting to lift
I'm
out
just
of the next
clinging.
layer into.
Yeah.
It's starting to lift up into the third layer of Carceri.
Okay. You can trust me. I'm a prince. Here, I'll persuade.
Okay.
If that worked,
Oh,
it's a
20.
natural
20?
Yeah.
I
Look
Okay.
at these eyes.
can't.
Look at this face.
I mean, giants,
These royal eyes.
giants do respect the authority of people.
Yeah.
Like, that's the whole point of their culture. So,
look at this fucking ring.
shaking my head.
If you are of royalty, what is your name?
Prince, Lord, Rear Admiral, Horace Kemp.
Yep.
And you say this with like absolute
Yeah.
unbreaking
Yeah.
confidence.
Yeah.
as with everything Prince Horace Kemp says.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even have the wisdom to lie.
She
Son of Marcus Kemp.
looks into your eyes and looks down at the crew and everyone here. If you can get me out of Carceri, I will keep it off of this ship.
We can get you out of Carceri.
Totally.
We're getting out of here. We're leaving Carceri.
How do you think
as
we got here, dum-dum?
Oh, shh.
That's maybe not the
Careful with
tactic.
the dum-dums.
That might be a nice thing.
That's the fool. I employ her as my fool.
I was about to ask.
She's funny. She makes jokes.
Oh,
You'll love her. She's
are
great.
they
Over to her.
entertaining for humans?
No, it's only giant jokes.
That maybe wasn't the way to go.
But she makes the dum-dum noises. Dum-dum-dum. With thunder and
Yeah,
lightning.
that was her drum noises.
That's what we call it.
Yeah, dum-dum.
I'm a druid. Hi. We have funny words for things.
This is Ysabel.
You're interesting. Please get us out of here. So she turns back to the hull of the ship and she starts whipping her right hand around, and you see wind billow out and into the sails and shooting the ship farther and higher up.
Sweeney, I owe you a kiss when we're done with this.
Thank you.
As she's standing at the back of the ship and like holding, she's huge, by the way, so she's taking up almost the entire back, right where Captain Faraday is steering the ship. Captain Faraday, by the way, is looking back at the giant, looking at all of you. She's focused
Thumbs
because she
up.
has to be, but
I promise we'll explain later.
No, we won't.
It won't make a lot more sense
We're
than
not
this.
explaining shit. Let's go. Woo!
And I'm going to bring the cannons with us.
And as you guys break into the third layer, essentially the storm giant, which now you know her name,
Nevane.
yeah, she looks back and says, "Do any of you have a way to make water of any kind? We're going to need it. My abilities are going to be very lessened on this layer." As you break into the third layer, the heat, and again, that temperature is surrounding you, and red is everywhere. Now that you're breaking out of what was kind of a sand dune, and there's crimson red all around, and once before where you didn't see any movement, you see sand whipping up out of the ground, and you see a great sandstorm in the distance rolling towards the ship.
Like in the Mummy.
Yeah, Izzy, I have Cone of Cold. That's the best I can do.
That's not water
What do you
at
have,
all.
water?
I fucking conjure water.
Oh,
Great.
perfect.
Let's do that.
Sick.
The thing is that I'm gonna need like something to put the water in. How big is she?
She's huge, so she's about 18 feet tall.
Let's see how to make this happen. Do I give her a shower or a bath?
Yeah, good question.
Rain or puddle?
I'd say rain.
I say rain because we don't really
Yeah.
even have like a vessel
Yeah,
unless we
rain.
use the ship.
Right, unless we just fill the hole, but that's not really that helpful. Ships are sort of designed to have the rain run off of them.
There's got to be some sort of mess area, or what do you call that?
Mess hall?
Yeah, I mean, what's
Kind of
the
like a
kitchen
mess
on
hall,
it?
like a kitchen on a
Yeah,
ship.
I mean, we got pots.
We do have some, yeah.
Let's fill up some pots.
It's like Free Willy, where they're just like half-assed, like watering down the killer whale as they speed down the Seattle highway.
I mean, I guess this is exactly like Free
like
Willy.
Yeah,
Except it's a storm giant.
and can talk.
No, I mean, it kind of is, though. She's right.
I will create water, which is a level 1 spell, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna bump it up all the way to
Level
5.
Oh, shit.
Cause she big.
That's cool.
She real big.
So
Yeah.
what does this do when you create water?
So I'm gonna create up to 10. Well, technically more. I'm gonna create 50 gallons of water,
Nice.
Wow.
of clean water. It says within an open container within range. Alternately, the water can fall as rain for a 30-foot cube within range, extinguishing explosive flames or moistening a whale.
Yeah, that's in the spell.
It says moistening a whale?
Yeah.
Especially if it is free willy.
So if I bump it up to a 5, my gallons increase, but also the size increases by 5 feet.
Of the
So
cube.
let's do 30, 5 times.
50.
It starts at 4. It's only technically going up 4 slots.
Yeah, so up to by 20 feet. So 50-foot cube.
Nice.
Perfect. So you do this over Navain.
Make it rain.
And you see... you do.
I do.
And before
Make it
you
rain.
you see her leaning against the hull of the ship, struggling to breathe as all of you, by the way, make a Constitution saving throw for me.
13.
27.
17.
Okay, so Horace and Izzy, you're fine. Sweeney, you take a point of exhaustion.
Yeah.
Navain is like leaning against the back of the ship. She's struggling to breathe, but then you make it rain, quite literally. And the water cascades down her, and she begins to breathe normally again, the dryness wiping away from her skin, and she breathes in deep, and the winds billowing around the sails fill it again, and the ship ratchets towards the sandstorm ahead of you. It's encompassing every part in front of you, so there looks like there might not be a way around it, but through it, because the next channel is up behind the sandstorm.
Do you have an idea?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
I'm just like, there. It'll be okay.
Thank you, fool or druid, is that correct?
I go by either.
Fair enough. She stands back looking at the sandstorm, and she closes her eyes, and you see kind of lightning and storm whip around the outside of the ship and kind of form basically like a knife through the front of the ship, like a drill made of wind. It's piercing through the sandstorm as you hit it. So essentially the clouds are whipping around the ship. Some sand is billowing onto the top, but not the full force of it. As you guys are basically drilling through this sandstorm, what you do see is something now on the front of the ship. It starts to get darker and darker as sand starts to pile on to the front of the ship, and you hear a loud thud, and Navain looks up. I have to keep holding this to get us through this storm, but he's here. He's at the front.
Who's here?
The Sovereign of the Sands is the name he goes by. And you hear a
Ex-boyfriend.
screech at the front of the ship, and you see stepping out of now the mound of sand at the front looks like a creature taller than an average human, about 9 feet tall, long gangly limbs with wrappings around their arms and legs, and decorative emblems and gold pieces around its neck, and a jaw looks disjointed from the top of the mouth, screeching at you, and it looks like a mummy.
Ooh.
Roll for initiative.
Ah, crap.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode. The Velvet League will return next week for the 10th and final episode of Season 19. It is going to be pretty exciting. This episode included music by Kevin MacLeod of kck.st. You can find the track listing and credits in the show notes. Photos and character art can be found in the show notes on partialarc.com. And while you're there, why not check out some of our other podcasts, including Roll the Seas, where myself and Andrew Dickinger discuss the absolute madness of Warhammer 40k. If you have any questions about the show, you can email us at FridayNightQuests@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Tumblr, all under the handle Partial Arc. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you on the battlefield.
Yeah, I'm gonna loot the body.
So, how much experience do we get?
Well, now we have a skeleton army, so that's pretty neat.